Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about using the ground in sliding and switching techniques. Now, I have a part 1 to this for using the ground, so it might be helpful to go check that video out. But in this video, we're going to be talking about using the ground mostly when you're sliding in your stance from one position to another, and also when you switch your stance, like switch your direction that you're facing. So I'm going to talk more about this stuff later, so let's get started. So now I'm going to be talking about using the ground in sliding techniques and in switching techniques. So first, sliding techniques. So the sliding techniques, you could go front to back or side to side. And so both concepts are generally similar. So first, you want to make sure that when you slide, you're using the ground and that you're pushing off with the leg that is the opposite leg in the direction that you're going to. So for example, if you're going front, you're pushing off the back leg. If you're going back, you're pushing off the front leg. If you're going left, you're pushing off the right leg. If you're going right, you're pushing off the left leg. And so basically, you want to try to use whatever leg that you're going to push off with, use it and press it into the ground and then explode off into the direction that you want to go. And next, you want to make sure that, so normally when you slide, you might be thinking, okay, I can't, I'll have to jump, right? Because it's really hard to just move as one unit, but you gotta try to move as one unit. And just don't jump. If you jump, your force is not going to go where it wants to go. If you jump, part of your force is going to go up instead of in the direction that you want to go. And then next, when you slide, make sure that you try to aim to slide into a bigger stance. Because once you slide into a bigger stance, most of your legs are most likely not going to go at the same time. If your front leg goes a super far amount, then your back leg moves up into normal stance. Usually when you slide, you're going to have to shrink your stance. So you want a big stance, then you shrink it to a small stance. But if you have a normal stance, you're going to shrink into a really tiny stance, and you don't want that. You don't have any power, and you just can't do anything. And then also make sure that you stay in the same line, the same rail. It's like a train on the train tracks. It's not going to go off rail. It won't move anymore. Basically, the same thing here. You want to go to the same line. If you're pushing off into a different direction, your power is not going to go to your target. It's going out, away, and you have less power going to your target, assuming you have any power going to your target in the first place. And so, as I said before, it's basically the same thing from going left to right. So now I'm going to be demonstrating this sliding technique. Now we're going to be talking about when you switch your stance. So, for example, on your turning techniques, when you're in let's say in a downward block position, and you're turning, a wate turn, and you're switching into a different stance in the opposite direction, or in any other direction. So there's a few points that kind of overlap with the sliding technique. technique. So first, you want to make sure that whatever leg is gonna stay in the same place. Make sure it's rooted down and have like your weight is pressing down on this leg, on whatever is rooting you down. If you're just gonna have like your weight in the center and not on your supporting leg, then it's not gonna like take up as much power. It's not gonna be as stable, and therefore your technique is not gonna have a good foundation and it's not gonna be powerful. So you want all your weight on whatever leg is rooting you to the ground. Next, so when you switch your stance, make sure that your stance doesn't shrink. You want it to be at least the same distance, if not more. But normally, like some people would try to like, they're focused on switching, and then it kind of draws this leg back, and it's just going to be smaller stance. Next, we want synchronized movement. So basically, when you switch, make sure that this foot is turning and it stops turning when your technique finishes. You're not going to have it turn first and move. Neither are you going to have it, are you going to move then turn. It just doesn't make sense. It has to be at the same time. And then also make sure that you're still pressing into the ground, and this kind of helps this foot slide. Don't pick it up, then put it down. That's an exaggeration, but like some people, they might be at least just like lift your foot slightly off the ground and then land it where you want it to be. But that's not really that powerful, because then again, as I said before, with the sliding techniques, if you're having some force going up, you're losing a bit of force going forward. So then, yes, basically, you want all the power on this front leg. It kind of helps this back leg, this back foot move. And now this is the part where we're going to split it into two sections. Where we're going to, so the first one, we're going to have all our weight on this leg. And we're going to change our stance, and we're still going to have all our weight on this leg. Now, in this scenario, it's kind of easier than the next scenario, but like, you're keeping this weight. You don't want any weight going out to the side. You're just pivoting. This is your axis right here. So if the Earth, if you're imagining it on an axis, it's right here. So you're just turning it around like you're a flag on a flagpole. Like still make sure that this doesn't lift up, it slides over. And of course, with any turning technique, spinning on heel. Now, the second scenario, we're pushing our weight to the other side. We're shifting our weight. So, first, we're having our weight on this leg, right? And in this scenario, just like any regular Mawate or a turning, we're shifting our weight from this leg to this leg. Usually in Mawate, front stance to front stance, but different leg in front. So now you want to keep the same things in mind, but also shift your weight aggressively, force it into that direction, so that you kind of like push all your power into here. here, and like make sure this pops straight in order to add more power. But also make sure you don't shift your weight too early. Like your weight is, or your power is already here. This thing's popped before you even finish the technique. Otherwise, there's no point. And also, don't do it when the rest of your body is done, and then don't do okay, let me pop my weight into the front. Boop. That's not gonna do anything either. So you gotta have it synchronized, as I said before. So now I'm gonna show you a little demonstration of this turning technique. So that would be about it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and learned a lot about using the ground in sliding techniques and turning techniques. If you guys did, leave a like and subscribe, and click that notification bell to see more of our videos.